Alright, playing the new patch. No more sledge spam because it's too weak now. The nerfs are way too much. So most likely it's going to be some kind of fire, oil, some phantom ray play. I think you go with this or this. Probably this, because I don't think you need the marksman. Hard to say though. Let's go with the more conservative choice. Theoretically, this is the better specialist. Okay. So we'll just pretend like, you know, sledges didn't exist, and we'll just try to play normal, and we'll go into some kind of phantom ray spam into fire. Still think it's worth putting down some kind of something here, because maybe, you know, maybe there will still be missiles coming in, so probably want something in front for the missile. I don't know. Maybe you go for chaff. Do you just go for more crawlers instead of this? Because what is he really going to missile here, right? Well, he can missile the fire badgers, right? There's definitely going to be fire badger here. That's for sure. So we do want something to prevent that missiling from happening. So we will set things up kind of like this. And I think we should be wise not to build any more chaff, because if we plan on setting stuff on fire, we're probably, you know, this is all going to be fire. So what might be a good idea is to go for, usually you can go for some kind of wasp play first, like wasp first, then phantom rays, but he does have delayed chaff, which makes it not seem like the greatest idea. So let's just skip, and I think we just start with the phantom ray spam, or we could start with the fire badgers first. I probably want to get a technology on the fire badger. That's the thing. So I don't know. Doesn't feel good without the kamikaze. Feels like if you go fire badger, you might as well just go kamikaze. So maybe we'll just go for this first. Set up the phantom rays. Float the money or go armor? Perhaps float, because we are on round 1. He gets the marksman spec. Kind of forgot about that. Maybe we need, we probably need the wasps. We probably should have went wasps this round. Okay, so already I don't know what I'm doing. It looks like the wasps aren't going to do great though with these so many late fangs. And we're already very low. Maybe we don't need this. Okay, so we'll throw in some wasps, see what happens. Just to give our phantom rays a little bit of cover. 200 left over. It feels kind of bad not to do anything. Might as well just click this. Okay. It's going into ranged arc light, but we're not going to have any more ground chaff, because we plan to set everything on fire. Let's see if we can get through with these wasps. At least the wasps are kind of tanking for the marksman. That was the whole point. Okay, we kill the marksman, but he's got some new ones. Okay, we get a tower, but we also lose our tower. So this is already a little bit better than I expected. So now we come out with the fire, I think. You know, I want to go Fire Badger. I don't want to go Vulcan. But it feels like the Vulcan is quite good here. So let's just go with what the best option is, right? The Vulcan's offered. We can go into the Vulcan, some kind of like Vulcan, you know, we can click shield here as well, potentially. But we're gonna need to go oil and set stuff on fire first. So this will be the first step. Can go for more Phantom Rays. I'm thinking we go for shield instead of the oil because we have these guys already. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, it's going to be fort, some kind of fort play here. So the shield's going to be really good. We will need oil though. Or maybe we just go for the we'll just go for the war crime. That way you don't even need the oil. The war crime is going to be way better than the Phantom Ray, since the Phantom Ray also got nerfed. It almost seems like everything that we want, which is Phantom Ray oil, is just getting nerfed. Okay, he's got the Mustangs. Probably want to missile one of these. Just missile this one because he's probably going to expect that. He's probably going to expect us to missile this one. Okay, we'll go for the first step of the firebomb. Click shield. And I think we can go for like maybe a chaff. Like we could probably pull a flank here. But the thing is, you want these guys not to come in delayed. You want these guys to come in quick. So I don't know about that. Might just go for one more, maybe just something here. He could easily try to missile this. Probably shouldn't have upgraded this. And the A is already clicked. We do have shields though. So we should be able to win just based on that. Okay. Now all we need to do is build more Phantom Ray. Maybe click the war crime on this. You get the Fire Badgers. Wonder if it makes sense to just go for the Fire Badger flank with the Kamikaze. Think it's probably worth it. I mean, if he throws down a Rhino, you'd be in some trouble, but... Okay, so... Yeah, I want more Phantom Rays. Guess you could sell this and then go for like a chaff in front. Let's see if this what is this? Is this for the is that for the flank? Because it doesn't do that much for the flank. Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay, this is amazing. But maybe it's only going to work like this for the first, you know, for the first round. He's got the extinguishers already. Do we need to consider clicking Wasp Shield now that we see the Raidens? Probably. Okay, orbital bombardment seems good. Okay, so let's click shield. Go for another chaff because you might as well go for a chaff here. I want to put something here, like but I also want to get more. I want this to get missiled. I guess it's good if this gets missiled because it doesn't walk forward as much. So now it's just more wasp. He's got more stuff on this side slightly. Alright, so time to borrow. Range speed, I think. Okay. 200 left over. I don't think I can spend the 200 here. Okay, let's see what he's got here. Is that EMP? Okay, so the EMP disables the kamikaze. Okay. But they still kind of explode for some reason. Okay. The explosion time is very short. Like, it's only a few seconds. It doesn't do that much. Guess once you kill the forts, it's gonna be hard to kill the to kill those shielded wasp. Okay, so we just win here. Yeah, so okay. I mean, okay, we learned a couple things here. First of all, the line of tanks is out of the question. It's not going to work anymore. So we cannot play tanks anymore. That's the first thing. Second thing is you probably want to go Fire Badger, and you probably want to go Fire Badger with oil. However, if you're given a Vulcan drop, and this is the thing that I think is the biggest lesson, if you're given a Vulcan drop or your giant spec, it's still better to get the Vulcan. Go for the incendiary. You don't even need the full War Crimes build. You can just, even the incendiary by itself is pretty good. And you save so much money because with the Fire Badger, let's say you go for range, you're paying 300 for range, and the range is, I mean, it's the same as the Vulcan basically has range built in. It's a much better version of the Fire Badger. The Fire Badger, and I think what you might not want to do sometimes, it's so easy to click the sticky oil bomb on the Phantom Ray because it's only worth 100, but the real tech you need is the energy shield. Why? Well, the energy shield is it's a hard counter to the fortress, pretty much, AA, and it's a somewhat of it's a response to the Raiden and the Marksman. Those are the real threats to the Phantom Rays. On top of that, you go with Shielded Wasps, which is a direct counter to the Raiden and the Marksman. So the shield is the best tech on the Phantom Ray. It's just that sometimes, you have no choice, right? If you don't get the Vulcan, going for the Fire Badger with, I'm thinking Scorching Charge is better than range, but I might change my opinion later. But then the problem is the energy shield becomes so much more. So you're really paying 300 for this sticky oil bomb if you're planning to click energy shield, which which is probably a good idea. So yeah, I'm pretty. And the other thing is, it looks like these the Fire Badger with the kamikaze on the flank is a pretty huge move on the first round it comes out, especially if he's got Mustangs. However, you would expect there to be a shielded Rhino the next turn or something, but which would basically make the Fire Badgers completely ineffective. And it makes you wonder if you really even needed to waste that 200. So that could be a question. But the thing is, you probably need to sell out of the flank, maybe after the first round, because if he hard counters it, this is going to be pretty useless. But the good news is that he's, if this comes from a drop, then it's absolutely amazing, because he's going to spend the deployments on, on this, usually with the Rhino. And here, we're just building more counters to his carry unit, which is the Raiden. So I'm surprised I won this, but a lot of games I have played, they have ended up being a lot of Wasps, a line of Phantom Rays, and usually Fire Badgers instead of the Vulcan. But I'm glad I went with the Vulcan, because I just know that it's better than clicking both the oil, which is basically 300, and going for Fire Badgers with the tech, such as the Scorching Charge. So it's just so much a better value to do this.